Welcome to my channel, Sonia Unapologetic. My name is Sonia, or welcome back if you've been here before. Before we go any further, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post a video. So this video, I'm going to talk about cancel culture just a little bit, and I feel like it is definitely okay to cancel people sometime, especially when they're just doing some out-of-pocket stuff that you do not agree with. This is in response to the situation with Funky Dineva. Many of you may not have any idea who that is, but Funky Dineva is a character that this YouTuber by the name of Quentin, he goes by that character, and he is on a show with Claudia Jordan and Al Reynolds on Fox Soul. The show is called TGIF. They had this whole debacle last week with Funky Dineva calling Chloe Bailey. He called her ugly, he called her lame, he said her face was fat, she looked horrible with no makeup on. He called her promiscuous. He said that like she was acting like she was trying to be a wannabe gangster. And he said all of this is why her album didn't sell and all that stuff. He just really went in on her. And the craziest thing is the conversation was not about Chloe Bailey at all. The conversation was about the gossip and rumors that Halle Bailey, the young lady who played in the live action Little Mermaid movie, people are suspecting that she's pregnant. And Claudia Jordan wanted to get Al Reynolds and Funky Dineva's take on, do they feel like she's pregnant? Just the commentary, because that's what the whole show is about. And instead of talking about just, Halle Bailey and saying whether he thought she's pregnant or not, he just took that opportunity to go in on Chloe, just unsolicited. No one asked, this stuff, and he just went in on her, and it just, the way Claudia's face looked, she was just so stoic. You can just tell she was just kind of like, really, like, and this is live, and it's just, a PR nightmare at this point. So I can tell that Claudia was very uncomfortable. And even before he started going in on Chloe, Claudia said, Q, what's your take about this situation with Halle Bailey? And he just looked like he had this smirk like, I'm about to go in. And he went in, and it was just so uncomfortable. And I've been following Funky Dineva for a long time now, or at least I became aware of him at least 10 years ago. He has his own YouTube channel. What he used to do years and years ago, he would play that character Funky Dineva. He would have on a wig, he would have on makeup, and every video that he posted, it was like this skit to where he would call the viewers Nessa. And so it was supposed to be to where he was calling up his best friend or his friend to like gossip. So he would start the video like, Nessa girl, I have some tea for you. This is what happened. Quiet as it kept. This is what happened, whatever. And so I think Black women were definitely fans and definitely a big part of why he's gained the success that he's gained. And Black women have been big time supporters, but things just seem like it started to go left with Funky Dineva some years ago, especially in 2018 when Funky Dineva was on a panel with T.S. Madison, and I think it was Tiffany Pollard from I Love New York. So he was on a panel with them and doing a show with them, and he called Blue Ivy ugly. So this was it's been 5 years now. So that was 5 years ago. So at that time, Blue Ivy was what, 6? And you're calling a 6-year-old ugly? For what? He had to come out and, well, I don't even know if he had to come out and do an apology, but he decided to do an apology. It was just, you know, a nasty thing to be talking about a kid. But, you know, now 5 years later, he's found himself in hot water again. But, you know, even in that time from 2018 to now, there's just been little things that he's done to where I started to step back after the Blue Ivy situation. When I saw him on Fox Soul on the TGIF show, I kind of dipped my toe back into watching him again because I really felt like Claudia, Al, and Funky Dineva, they had good chemistry, and it was some entertaining stuff. Just, you know, these stories out there, just their opinions about it, and just the way they kind of collaborate together and their commentary together. I felt like it was, you know, entertaining. I feel like at this point, I had to go back and look on YouTube and see, like, am I still subscribed to him? And I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and unsubscribe. I just feel like it's okay for us to decide that if someone that we followed, if we decide that what they're saying, some of the derogatory things that they're saying, just some of the nasty behavior, if we feel like, okay, this is not cool, it is okay to unfollow, to unsubscribe, to take your dollars away from that person, to take your support away from that person. And don't ever allow anyone to make you feel guilty about that. People can gaslight you and make you feel like, oh, that's cancel culture. I'm so tired of cancel culture. But you have the right to decide who you're going to support and who you're not going to support. It just feels really weird to me to give my money to someone who may have just been saying some very derogatory things about people who look like me, or maybe just coming for Black women, or just coming for anybody and hitting below the belt. Chloe's appearance, which Chloe Bailey is beautiful, but either way, someone's appearance is something that for the most part they cannot control. Now, they can go out and get plastic surgery, but it's funny how people play both sides. They'll tell young ladies or women or whatever, you know, that they're tired of all this makeup, they're tired of, you know, things that can fake, they're tired of the plastic surgery. And then when a beautiful young lady comes on camera and she is not wearing a lot of makeup, or maybe no makeup at all, and she's not doing filters, and she just naturally comes on camera, then it's like, oh, okay, her face is fat. Oh, she don't even look good without makeup. Okay, which one is it? Are you wanting to shame young ladies for wearing too much makeup and never showing up just as their natural selves? Or do you want to hate on them when they are in their natural state? So it kind of feels, you know, that was hurtful, the whole situation. Anytime I followed someone and then you just keep seeing that they're pushing the envelope, they make a comment here and then, oh, I didn't mean it that way, let me apologize, and they make another comment. They keep just taking these jabs and making these comments, but knowing that there's not going to be any consequences, knowing that if they come back and say, well, I didn't mean it that way, or y'all are being too sensitive, that they can guilt people into still supporting them because you didn't hear what you think you heard, or you took it the wrong way, or you're just being too sensitive, and no one's you know, attacking, you know, anyone, and, you know, this wasn't personal, you know, that's just, you know, my opinion. And people will definitely use the whole "that's my opinion" to just be really nasty for no reason. Chloe Bailey didn't do anything to Funky Dineva. The whole situation, it felt like some jealousy. I just don't feel like for no reason, you don't have a problem with the person, but for no reason, you're like, ooh, and I just can't stand her. Look at her face. Her face is fat. She looks terrible without makeup. But I mean, this isn't personal at all, you know. I mean, I don't, just, you know, my, you know, opinion about her, this isn't personal. Funky Dineva may not have never met Chloe Bailey, but it can still be personal. It can still be some jealousy. Sometimes when young ladies are young and thriving and they're 20 years younger than you, they you know, have, you know, the world at their fingertips. They, you know, have their whole lives ahead of them, and they're moving in this free way, and they're very beautiful young ladies, and just everyone's flocking to them. You know, there's, you know, older people, or not just older people, people their age that as well, that can just be jealous. And anytime something bad happens to that person, they're cheering. Anytime there's an opportunity to say something bad about that person, they're going to do it. So again, I'm an advocate for, if you want to personally cancel someone and not want to support them anymore because they are saying derogatory things, just being a nasty person, that is okay. I've taken my support from people that, you know, I've followed in the past and loved their art in the past, loved their music, loved their movies, whatever. I've taken back my support and stopped supporting people many times. A lot of times I silently do it because I've had situation to where, with maybe like certain singers or you know, recording artists, whatever, I've had situations to where I'm like, okay, no, I'm not supporting them anymore. I'm not listening to their music anymore. But I'll have people that I know who will continue to be a fan of this person. And if they'll ask me like, hey, they're having a concert, do you want to go? I'm like, oh, no, I'm not going. I don't support them anymore. But it's okay for you to support them. A lot of times I'll get a lot of pushback, or a lot of like, why is it? Well, what did he say? Well, do you think he meant like that? Like, you're being too sensitive. Okay, it is okay for me to decide that I'm not supporting that person, but I'm not going to force you not to support that person. So if I'm not going to force you not to support that person, you can't force me to give my money or go to a concert of someone that I am just not feeling that person anymore. I'm not feeling that, you know, their behavior outside of the arts, the way they're treating certain groups of people, that is okay. I'm not going to, you know, hate, you know, on this person. I'm not going to go on campaigns, you know, about this person, but I'm just gonna go ahead and pull back, and that is okay. So 2 days ago, I guess at this point, Funky Dineva did issue an apology, and this was due to the network and just due to the backlash. So this wasn't an apology that he was like, okay, y'all, I decided that I want to apologize. This was a forced apology, and I'm not saying that every forced apology is not genuine, but this did not seem genuine. And he even admitted during the apology that he did not feel like he went in hard on Chloe. Also, the conversation that they were having during that same episode, it was supposed to be about Halle Bailey. So they talked about she should come out and basically be forced to tell people if she is pregnant or not, or issue some type of statement or whatever. And I disagree with that as well. I mean, whatever my opinion is, I'm not in this girl's life. I'm not her family. I'm not, you know, the father of this child if she is pregnant. So it's not up to me when she says that she's pregnant or not, or confirms, or the way she confirms, that is not up to me. She is an adult and it's her life. Whether, you know, we would want to live our lives the way she's living her lives or not, that is not up to us. And with young ladies, when they're in love, there's just nothing you can do to basically pull this young lady away from a young man that she's in love with. So I say that because the conversation about who her partner is, who her boyfriend is, Al and Funky Dineva were saying that, you know, they didn't like this guy. At least Funky Dineva was saying that, you know, this guy is a loser and, you know, we were all rooting for you. How dare you be with this guy? Okay, maybe that wouldn't be the guy that, you know, I would choose or whatever. Maybe that's not the guy that, you know, a lot of women would choose, but that's her life and there's not anything that we can do. And when those young ladies are in love, there is just nothing you can do. It's just like being in a trance, you know, to where until, like, you know, all of that wears off, you know, all of the, you know, being in la la land, until that wears off, it's like they are operating on emotion and there's just nothing you're going to be able to do to pull that young lady away from that guy. Even if you feel like from the outside looking in, like this is not the best relationship for her, you're not going to be able to pull her away from that guy. So I wish Halle Bailey and Chloe Bailey the best. I feel like they're beautiful, talented young ladies. And yeah, the whole situation, honestly, because I followed Funky Dineva years ago, and honestly, some of his videos, you know, when I was kind of feeling down or whatever, his videos, you know, I felt like they were, you know, funny back in the day and they would kind of cheer me up. So this is kind of, you know, a sad situation that, you know, things happen in the past where I'm like, I'm gonna have to kind of pull back. And now it's just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna have to shut this whole stuff down. It's like, okay, this is it at this point. I don't know what's gonna happen with TGIF or what's going to happen if Funky Dineva is going to stay as a host on the show, if the show is going to remain, because it seemed like it was just a lot of backlash and they actually took the whole video down, because even after the apology, they still went ahead and took the whole video down. It's not even available anymore. So I'm gonna at least stay tuned and kind of follow this and see what's going to happen. That is it for now. Again, my take on it is that if you decide to cancel someone, that it is okay. You can go ahead and decide you're not going to support someone. That is your business and your decision to make. So that is it for now. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to say it again, like the video, because your likes, your comments, your engagement, that really helps my channel. So that is it for now, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.